Joining us now is co-founder and chief software architect of Microsoft, Mr. Bill Gates. Hello.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining us today. So listen, I wanted to ask you, this is one of your last keynote speeches at the helm of Microsoft. How do you feel?
Well, I'm excited I get another chance to talk about my vision, and it's great to see the things that Microsoft's partners are doing and how the pieces have come together. I love the magic of software, and this show you can see how new things are really happening.
You're just saying, I love the magic of software. I mean, this really is your baby. Are you ready to say goodbye?
Well, I'll still be involved, and I'm super pleased with the great people we've got. I'm also enthused about the work I'll be doing at the foundation. So, I'm lucky to have two things that I'm very passionate about.
Well, tell us more about the foundation.
Well, it's focused on the great inequities, and in some ways that's also about the optimism of technology, that new vaccines, new ways of delivering things, even into the people who need it the most, it's possible. So, those things take time, but I think we can have a big impact.
And can you give us some insight into what you're going to be talking about tonight? Will you be talking about the foundation?
No, tonight's all about software, and really the theme is the next digital decade. The last 10 years have brought the Windows PC, the phone, the internet to the center, but we say that's just the beginning. The high definition, the quality of the experience, the way all your devices will connect up to the internet, so your photos, your contacts will all just be there, and the way that the interaction will become far richer. We've had the keyboard, but now we're getting touch, we're getting the pen. With these phones now, you can just ask for information and talk to the phone. We're in the car with the Ford Sync. So that natural user interface is going to make it far more accessible. And it's really explosive as you bring those together. So we're announcing lots of new partnerships and then showing some future software. The Surface that you can touch, and even a new phone that doesn't exist yet, but has some of our research work where as you walk around, it can recognize the environment you're in, tell you if a friend's nearby or what the menu at that restaurant is. It's almost like augmented reality.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I wanted to go ahead and read you a quote. I was reading PC Magazine earlier. You were talking about the future of the PC, and you said, "We will interact with technology as easily and naturally as we do with people." Do you think there are maybe negative aspects of that? Like, I look at my little brother, he's always online, he lives in a virtual world. Do you think that maybe younger generations will become so socially inept because they're always communicating through the computer?
Well, I think everything can be taken to an extreme. When books came along, people were worried that people would read too much. And, obviously for any kid, you want them to do a variety of things. I do think the empowerment of taking your curiosity and being able to look up information online and to find other people who are interested in that and stay in touch with your relatives who are far away, I think overwhelmingly it's very positive. But a parent needs to stay involved, look at the mix of what those activities are, and so it doesn't absolve you of responsibility there.
Have you done that with your own children? I mean, how have you been able to find the balance?
Well, my kids love technology, and my daughter goes to a school where they use tablet computers for all of their work, and so she's a better OneNote user than I am. I get to see her homework online because it gets synced to my machine, and I can see where she's having issues. My kids love their Zunes and getting their music and things, but so far they really haven't gone overboard. They play the games a reasonable amount. I'd say the toughest thing we have is they're always trying to find dogs online and telling us that it's time for us to get a dog. That's the thing we have to hold them back on.
So they're pretty tech savvy then.
Yeah, and it just comes naturally. I mean, young people, the way they adapt to this and the way they take for granted that if you're curious about something, you just go up and learn it online. I envy them growing up in this era.
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is. You know, let's go and take a look back at your career and maybe think about the early days of Microsoft, maybe the days when you were a teenager sitting alongside Paul Allen. Did you ever think that it would come to this point? And when you look around at everything that you've accomplished.
Well, in a way, no, because we didn't think of having a big company and the wealth it would create. But we did know that software was magic. We talked about a computer on every desk and in every home, and we meant worldwide. And so now we've got 1 billion Windows PCs out there. That's a huge milestone, but a lot of people still without access, and so still a frontier that we can work hard on and work with new partners on. So it's like a dream come true. And that's why I love coming to these shows and seeing every year a year of progress. This was a great year for Windows PC sales, Vista getting up to 100 million. And it really connects to that original dream that Paul and I wanted for ourselves, devices, cool devices like these, and we help build them for the entire world.
Is there anything that you do differently if you do look back on your career? Is there anything?
Well, I wouldn't want to change any part. It might all change, and it's been so amazing. I feel very lucky, and yet I'd say the pace of innovation is as high today. You know, the bright people at Microsoft are stronger now, and the opportunity for the industry to take things like health and education, those new frontiers, and make software come and help with those. So, no, I wouldn't change it at all. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Are you going to miss it?
Sure, I'll miss it a lot. I mean, this has been a big passion for me. I will be a part-time chairman, and a few of the projects like Touch or Pen, I'll make sure those get driven. But my full-time work, great people like Ray Ozzie are taking on, and that gives me time for the foundation, which, as I said, that's a fun and exciting set of frontiers as well.
Now I'm looking at all the gadgets that you have behind you. Do you have a favorite one? Is there something that you're really proud of?
Well, the breakthroughs in the phone, I think, are particularly interesting. This one, it has a GPS locator built into it. You can go out and buy it. And so when you call up for information and you ask, where's a Starbucks? Where can I get coffee or anything? It knows, and it just shows you right there. So that's really a culmination, the fact that there's so much power in this device. This device is 100 times more powerful than the original PC that Paul and I wrote software for. And so that's why we're able to do so much more than those early machines.
But I have to ask you, why now? Why would you want to leave now when technology is moving at rapid speeds and you have all of these new advances and there's so much competition in the marketplace? Why now?
Well, there's, every year Microsoft does new things. It's a good time because of the great people that we have. It's a time where some of my creativity in that foundation world, the things are less defined. It's more like the early stages of the PC industry where the partnerships and the measurements just aren't as clear. This industry, I think, has got a very clear direction, and I'll be involved in it. But I'm in on the ground floor, I hope, of big breakthroughs in health type things. And so it's unusual to have two things and love them both.
What is the overall goal for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation? I mean, looking ahead, what do you think your goal is? What do you really want to see?
Well, the simple thing is to take all the advances, whether it's in software or medicine, and make sure that the poorest people get the advantages from that they get the health that we take for granted, that they get the educational opportunities that we take for granted. And so it's really about equality and the magic that if you focus technology in the right way, it can actually do more for the poorest 3 billion than for the richest 3 billion.
Well, we definitely wish you luck, and we wish you luck tonight during your keynote address. Mr. Bill Gates, thank you.
Thank you.